Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of satellite communication, and today's topic is calculation of noise power, C by N ratio and G by T ratio for the communication satellite link design. In the previous video lecture, we have derived the general link design equation, which was basic transmission theory, or you can say Friis transmission equation. So here we are going to talk about these terms. Let us begin. First, we will discuss about the noise power. So with the term noise, you are very well aware what is noise and how to express it, how many types of noise actually encountered in the case of the signals or in case of the communication system. Major source of electrical noise in any equipment which may arise from the random thermal motion of the electrons. Right, this is the major source, and thermal noise is also generated in the lossy components of the antennas, and thermal like noise can be picked up by the antennas as a radiation. So noise is going to impact a lot the signal quality, and especially when we are talking in terms of the satellite communication. Available noise power from a thermal noise source, it can be calculated as Pn is what? K into Tn into B, where you know that K is the Boltzmann constant, B is the bandwidth, and Tn is the equivalent noise temperature. Pn is the available noise power, and it will be delivered only to a device which is perfectly matched with the source. Right, so this particular available power can be delivered. At the same time, you can also calculate the noise power spectral density, which is the noise per unit bandwidth. So noise power per unit bandwidth is known as a noise power spectral density. It is denoted by N0, and N0 is what? Pn upon B. So this is equal to K into Tn. This is noise power spectral density. It's in watt per hertz. You must remember this. And the density is constant for all the radio frequencies up to 300 gigahertz. And to maintain best possible carrier to noise ratio, the quality of communication means noise at the receiver must be reduced. That is what our requirement is. Noise must be reduced, then only the quality of signal which we are going to receive, that will be good. Next is the noise temperature and noise figure. There are two terms. What is noise temperature? Noise temperature, this is very important because it provides a way to calculate the thermal noise which is generated by the device in the receiver system. Noise temperature is directly related to the physical temperature of the noise sources, but it's not always equal to that particular term. And if you are going to calculate the noise temperature and there are various sources within a system and those sources are interconnected to each other, then that could be the noise temperature of various sources which are connected together can be added directly to give the total noise. So this is how you can calculate the total noise as well. And noise figure, this is actually used to specify the noise generated within a device, and it is the ratio of signal to noise power of the input to the signal to noise power of output. So mathematically it could be written as what? S by N of in upon S by N of out. And the relationship in between the noise temperature and noise figure, that could be written as TD, which is equal to T naught NF minus 1. Here NF is the noise temperature and T naught is a reference temperature which is used to calculate the standard noise, and the value of T naught is usually 290 Kelvin. So this is important. You must remember the formula. And antenna noise temperature, that could be because of various noise sources which may include galactic noise or other satellites. See, antenna noise is due to energy and which is to be fed by the to the antenna by unwanted radiation sources. So antenna noise, this is going to impact a lot the quality of the signal. Next is the carrier to noise ratio. What is carrier to noise ratio? See, we have already studied that the available noise power, that is given by K Tn into B. This is how you can calculate the noise power. K is the Boltzmann constant, B is the bandwidth, and T is the temperature. So in the case of the receiver, if we talk about the receiver before demodulator, you know RF amplifier and IF amplifier exist. If we say overall gain of the receiver is G, then the noise power at the demodulator input would be what? This will be, Pn will be multiplied by G. So this is K Tn B into G. This is how you can write down. If PR is the signal power at the input to the receiver, then signal power at the demodulator input will be what? See, carrier power, if you are writing, carrier power is what? PR, power received into G. So from here, you can write down carrier to noise ratio, means divide equation number 3 by 2. So C by N is what? PR into G upon KTS B into G. G will cancel out. So from here you can write down C by N is what? PR upon KTS into B. So in this particular manner you can calculate the carrier to noise ratio for a satellite channel link design. You also know PR is what? PT, GT, GR into lambda upon 4 pi r, its whole square. So you can substitute the value of PR over here and you can rearrange the term for carrier to noise ratio, which is nothing but PT, GT, GR into lambda square upon K TS B into 4 pi r, its whole square. So this is the equation for the carrier to noise ratio in case. If you are going to calculate the ratio for carrier to noise power spectral density, you know that noise power spectral density is noise per unit bandwidth. So from here you can write down the formula and you can calculate the value of C by N naught, which is nothing but PT, GT, GR lambda upon 4 pi r, its whole square upon K into TS, because N naught is what? N upon B. So in this particular manner you can write down this particular equation, and similarly if you need to write down the equation in dBs as well, you can write it down. Just the multiplication will be converted into the addition and division will be converted into the subtraction. Next is the G by T ratio. G by T ratio for the earth station, this is very important parameter, and this ratio is widely used because it specifies the quality of an earth station. So G by T ratio, dB per Kelvin, it gives you the figure of merit and it specifies the quality of earth station, and this is widely used parameter. So to start with, you know the equation for power received, which is PT, GT, GR lambda upon 4 pi r, its whole square. At the same time we have derived the equation for carrier to noise ratio, which is PR upon KTS into B. Now substitute the value of PR into this particular equation. You have substituted the value of PR over here. What you are getting? You are getting this particular term. Now we have to rearrange it. Here in this particular equation, you can say then in equation number 1, you can observe that for a given satellite, if you are talking about a some specific satellite, the value of lambda and r will be constant. So when lambda and r, these values are constant, transmitted power, gain of the transmitting antenna, it would be known in advance, right? So just we have rearranged the term. How we are rearranging? PT GT upon this is K into B. Lambda upon 4 pi r its whole square gr upon ts. We are saying this term is constant. This is also known. K and B are the constant. It means from here you can say carrier to noise power C by N. This is directly proportional to the gr upon ts. Right? This is proportional to the G by T. So carrier to noise ratio is directly proportional to this. At the same time, you can write down the carrier to noise ratio formula in dBs. You can see over here what is carrier to noise ratio. Carrier to noise ratio in dB you have written just by rearranging these terms. So this is nothing but PTGT is EIRP. So from here you have written PTGT minus 20 log 4 pi r upon lambda plus 10 log gr upon ts minus 10 log k minus 10 log b. Just you have rearranged this particular equation, this one. Similarly, you can calculate the carrier to noise power spectral density ratio as well, C by N naught. You know that you must remember noise power spectral density. This is noise per unit bandwidth. So accordingly, you can write down this particular equation. So depending upon the requirement, what the values you need to calculate, you can utilize the formula. And you must remember that a standard earth station, like if we take an example of Intelsat network, so that particular earth station is required to have a G by T ratio of 40.7 dB per Kelvin. Right, at 4 gigahertz and 5 degree elevation angle. This is at 4 gigahertz with 5 degree elevation angle, and it is always required to specify the frequency and elevation angle, because you must remember that GR varies as f square across the frequency band, and TS, which is the system noise temperature, TS also depends on the sky temperature. So these are the parameters which impact the that is why you can say G by T, this is a parameter which specify the quality of earth station. Thank you so much for watching this video.